Hey Leo, welcome. It's Meredith. I'm here with your monthly reading for December 2019. This is the third time I've done your video. Technical difficulties, interruptions to environment, and then that last reading, even my guide said no, the vibe was off. So here we go. Let's get started. Your card from the bottom of the deck. Oh wait. I encourage you, as always, check out the dailies, but watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus as well. Check out the seasonal reading. That's still up on my website. Everything's linked for you in the description box. And yeah, now we're ready. Card from the bottom of the deck. This is a potential theme running through the month of December for you, and you have... Ooh... Well, there she is. He is. Your ruling planet, the sun. How beautiful. Happiest card in tarot. You know it. The feeling on the card as I look at it right now is at last. Yes, at last. Let's see how it ties into the rest of the reading. You know that this is love and happiness and joy. All things begun under the light of the sun. Continue to thrive and do well for years to come, and there's happiness in your heart, happiness on your foundation, happiness in your manifestations. So let's take a look at what our beautiful sun is shining on in the reading. First card. Well, this is good. 10 of Wands, right? 10 of Wands. Tens are always the fulfillment of a cycle. They are the end of a cycle as a new one begins. And the 10 of Wands is a great one here because this is you, Leo, setting down a burden or an energy that has felt heavy or arduous for you to navigate. You're finally in fulfillment with it. My feeling here is, and I'm just going to speak so efficiently, it's going to come out a little bit blunt, because I always switch up the word waiting for allowing, but it does feel, Leo, like you have been in a frustrated waiting or holding pattern of some kind. Now, through the summer, your monthly readings indicated that you were coming out of a period of rest or an experience of you putting yourself on the bench for a while, not participating, being a witness and an observer. And then somewhere near the end of summer, as we were easing into autumn, I'll say late summer, you were coming off the bench, you were ready to go. And from that point to now, you've been ready, but it hasn't felt exactly like the astrology and the alignment within the energy atmosphere has appeared supportive of your readiness. Now, in recent weeks, we've had a message in the daily readings about how it looks like nothing's happening, but that's exactly when everything is happening. And that's why we're seeing the sun, and that's why we're seeing the 10 of Wands, because you've reached the fulfillment of a cycle. And that feels like a huge yes to you. The sun is shining on it. You know, the day of this reading is the 4th of December, and the daily reading for today has the 3 of Swords and the Tower kind of breaking through a veil to bring forward, to bring through what it is the universe has been working on our behalf behind the scenes, behind the veil, so to speak. So check that video out because it's aligning with this message here. And your next card is the 5 of Swords. The swords are a suit of thought, word, and potential deed. And here we have 2 guys duking it out, right? And then we have this lady in the background, and she's walking toward a sunrise, a sunset. She's turned her back on this. So let's put this together, right? The being in the background is you. You have walked away from a situation that you've been tangling with for a while. It's been uncomfortable. Likely it's been in relationship. First and foremost, check relationship to self. However, I do feel another individual in this, and It feels, Leo, like you have been, I'm going to come back to that simple, straightforward speak, in a frustrated waiting pattern in connection with someone else. And now you've recognized something in that. You have reached a fulfillment with that. And you're walking toward a new horizon. Yes, that does connect with the daily reading for today. I highly recommend you watch the reading for the 4th of December because it will be like a bonus reading to this one. So, cycle of fulfillment, cycle of completion, 5 of swords, thought, word, deed, potentially. Now, you may have brought something into fulfillment with your relationship to self, and you feel like you are now walking into the sun's energy because of that. You may have recognized that something has fulfilled itself in relationship with another person. And for some of you, I feel you've had enough. You've had enough. Whatever that means to you, take it where it's relevant. You're done, and you're now walking in a new direction because there's no more waiting. There's no more wondering. There's no more questioning. You have been decisive with yourself, your own thought, word, and deed, and now you're taking a new direction for yourself. Next card. Yeah, 8 of Swords, because here we are with some more swords. This one is definitely personal. This is relationship to self. You are responsible for what you see there in the 8 of Swords. And this is exactly what you're walking on from in how you have been in conscious awareness within relationship to self. The person in the 8 of Swords is blindfolded, they have their hands tied, and they feel as though they are trapped in this circle of swords. The truth is, they are completely free and may not know it. My feeling here, Leo, is that you know it. 8s in tarot move energy. There's always momentum with the 8s. And this is about you taking a step, understanding that the knot isn't tied tightly. You can release your own hands. You can pull the blindfold off, and then you'll see you're not trapped in the swords. But this is an inner dialogue. And this is an inner dialogue connected to an old way of thinking, being, doing, believing that has held you in pause. This is what has contributed to that sense of frustrated waiting. And you are setting yourself free over here on the 5 because the overcard to the entire reading is the Sun. Happiest card in tarot. You are choosing happiness. You are walking toward happiness. And anything unlike that, anything that feels like waiting, feels like frustration, you're done. 10 of Wands. You're just moving it on. And Leos have that, what I hear other readers call the Leo switch. When Leo makes that kind of decision, they simply move on without explanation. They don't draw it out. They are not dramatic about it. When they are ready, they're ready, and they take the step and they move on. And then pretty much in their wake, everyone else has a WTF moment. Like, wait a second, what just happened? Where did Leo go? Where has the sunshine gone? It's moved on to something that's much more fulfilling and happy out of personal choice to Leo. Next card, 3 of Cups. Exactly. This 3 of Cups is such a beautiful card in tarot. There's a lot to it. Specifically, though, in this reading, this is about how you are connecting with those you know, love, and trust in your world. And this is a card about where you want to spend your precious, soulful, awake, aware, alert, engaging, and amazing energy. And it's certainly not in a situation where you end up trapping yourself in your own inner dialogue out of old belief system, doing the people-pleasing thing, thinking, well, if I just wait around long enough, if I give this person enough time, blah-de-blah-de-blah, you're delaying your own happiness by doing that sort of thing. And you end up in an inner argument with yourself, and you potentially begin to feel like this on the 5 of Swords toward the other person or the other people connected to this situation. And that's not something you want to hold in your heart space either. It doesn't feel like happiness for you. And so you're going to make a change, elevate frequency, and bring that to conclusion. I don't feel drama here. I don't feel arguments here at all. It's really that Leo switch. All right, I've seen enough, and I've been present, and I've had my arms open to receiving. I have generously given, although Leos don't give to get. It's not in their nature. They give because it's natural to them. And again, when the environment is not supportive of collaboration, connection, communion, community, Leo moves on. Anybody would, any sign would really, though there is that thing that I'm talking about with the Leo switch. It literally happens when they're done, and they go. And I see that happening here. And you feel good about it. Other people may be questioning that. And, in the generosity of your spirit, if you are questioned about this by people who feel affected within their own relationship to self by your action, extend even more of the generosity of your spirit and explain it. That would be the loving, kind, compassionate thing to do. Okay, we are going to do some oracle cards, and we have the Angels and Ancestors deck. Gosh, this deck is just gorgeous. What would the Angels and Ancestors like to share with Leo for December? This card just flipped over in the shuffle. We have Eagle. See from a higher perspective. That's exactly what's required if you're feeling that you're in the 5 and the 8 of Swords type of energy within relationship to self. You've got to look at this from a bird's eye view, and not just any. We've got the Eagle here. Talk about sharp vision. It's really wise for you to look sharply at your contribution to what's going on in the 5, what's going on in the 8, so that it can bring you closer to the energy of the sun. All right, next card comes from Indigo Angels. What would they like to share with Leo for the month of December? This is perfect too. Whoa. You have Archangel Michael. If ever there is an angel to have at your back, this is the one. And I love the flaming sword here. I really feel it connects to the 10, the 5, and the 8 in the reading. This is Leo cutting out the BS. You want what's at the heart of the matter every single time. Leo, you're all heart. You bring your whole heart. Yeah, gosh, it really does connect to that reading today. Do watch the one for December 4th. I'm sorry to keep repeating it, but I see so many connections to that reading. Archangel Michael, this is you transforming, transmuting energies. You are upgrading your frequency. You are expanding, and this is what you have to offer. Your expansion is what you have to offer, 3 of Cups. And this is the kind of energy that you want to engage in, share with, collaborate with. All right. Next card comes from the Romance Angels deck. Let's check on Leo's love. Although I do feel that we are seeing some of what's going on in beloved relationship here. Your love interest, Leo, you've reached a true level of transformation and change where that's concerned. I would not have been surprised to see the Temperance card come out in this reading because it feels like you're ready to make lasting change. All right, Romance Angels, what would you like to share with Leo for December? Leo, what do we have? And we have children. Your love life is being affected by children. You know, take this where it's relevant. Certainly, the obvious, your children, your beloved's children, the children you have together. There could be something there for you to explore. Perhaps some of you require a change or to bring something to fulfillment in how you are relating as a family. And perhaps there has not been enough sharing between yourself and your beloved, and that has to shift. Also, dare I say it, examine the inner child. This is going back to belief system, age 0 to 7, where we get most of our programming and our socialization and how we're going to be. We are shown how to be during this time in our life. And there could be something in that period of your life affecting the now, the present. And if that's so, you're going to want to take a peek at that. 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Okay, I feel like another card out of the Romance Angels. Yeah, look at this. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. That's what's happening here in the 5. You're loving yourself. You're loving yourself enough to move in a new direction, to put an end to an inner debate in relationship to self, or perhaps there's some kind of misqualified energy within a relationship or more than one, and you've reached fulfillment from it. You're moving on to a new horizon because you're loving yourself first. Okay, next card, last card. Affirmation from the universe has your back. And you have, happiness is my birthright. You bet it is. And that's a choice we make every day, every moment. Happiness. Blessings to you, Leo. Thank you so much for watching. Do tune in and watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. They are in a playlist at the end of this video. Take the whole month to watch those. There's no rush, but it does give you a great snapshot of what's going on in your world. Bye for now, Leo. Peace, joy, happy blessings.